It's Friday, or maybe not, depending on when you're watching this. So it's whatever day of the week it is. Hi, guys. It's me, Natalie Diaz, founder of Big Cheese of Twiniversity, author of What to Do When You're Having Two. Don't know if you've read it. Just check it out. Just throwing that out there. And I don't know. Oh, yeah. I'm a mom of twins to 15-year-old kids that seriously, WTF, why did no one tell me about this stage of life? But we'll leave that on the table for later. Right now, we're going to talk to my new BFF, Erin. She is currently expecting her twins. So she does not know the 15-year-old twin drama that is occurring. But I'm telling you, you have so much to look forward to. It's going to be great. You're really going to love it. It's the best. So hi, welcome to our whatever you want to call this, because we don't know what the hell we're doing. We're just having fun and meeting people.
That's right. Hi, it's nice to meet you finally.
Oh, finally. All right, dive in. I want to know everything. I want to know if, like, when you got pregnant, when you found out it was 2, how many weeks were you when it happened? I want the early behind the music is what I'm looking for.
Ooh, I think everybody's story is a funny story. Everybody has, their intricacies, but my husband and I tried to get pregnant for over 2 years. So at 2 years, we got to the point of, this is no fun. Like, we're timing, we're measuring, maybe it's time to adopt. Maybe that's just what we're supposed to be doing. And we kind of not gave up, but just got off of that schedule.
Yeah.
My husband also recognized that I was having a really hard time with it and was struggling with a little depression and had some concerns. I've been an equine lover my entire life, so he went out and got me rescue donkeys.
Stop it. Stop it right now. Time out on the rescue. I did not know that donkeys were so friendly.
Yes.
I did not know that, like, you come home and you're like, hey, Fred. And, like, Fred comes walking up to you. I didn't know this was.
Yes. Their personalities like big dogs. They're awesome.
I only learned of this, Erin, yesterday, thanks to a little social media platform that I might be addicted to, watching animal videos, called TikTok. And I saw this woman came home from work and she's like, somebody's excited today. And I thought it was going to be a dog, because I'm like obsessed with dog videos, because this is what brings me joy in a pandemic.
Yep.
And he called her donkey, and the donkey just was like, oh, like my dog.
Comes running up, they'll greet you.
Where do you live that you get to have rescue donkeys, by the way? We didn't even tell everybody about that.
I'm in Lexington, South Carolina. We have a little hidden nook of a couple acres. We've got some developments all around us, and we just have this perfect little hidden nook that we can have them on. Yeah, they're awesome.
Oh my God. So you got a pair of rescue donkeys.
Yep.
Are they twins?
No, but we think they might be brothers or maybe some relation. We don't know. We call them brothers.
Okay. What are their names?
Tony and Teddy.
Teddy. Can't even handle this. Tony. I didn't know that there was going to be rescue donkeys involved in this story.
Oh, yeah. So we had them around Valentine's Day. I guess that was my Valentine's Day.
How was the delivery of them? Was it easy? Was it a C-section? You just said we had them.
Okay.
You had them. How did it go?
My husband surprised me with them. I came home from work. He built a barn and a fence and had them in the yard waiting for me. Yeah.
That's a good gift.
I'll send you the video. He taped me it's adorable.
Oh my gosh.
So I found out maybe a month or so after we got them that my husband told a friend of ours that he knew I was upset and having a hard time with not getting pregnant, so he wanted to make me happy. So I've been talking about getting donkeys or horses forever, so he just went and did it. So a month after that, they got dubbed the fertility donkeys. I think we just relaxed and had fun with our new pets, and we got pregnant about a month after that.
So the moral of the story is, if you're having trouble conceiving, consider getting donkeys.
Yes.
Okay. I just want, that's not on the list. The recommended, doctor recommended, but yes.
Anything that do something that makes you happy. Everybody has that wish list of things they want to do, but we give up so much for work or our families,
Yeah.
and we don't do a lot for ourselves. I don't think many people do enough for themselves. And yeah, I think we were just happy and excited. And my husband didn't know that donkeys are like dogs, so he's had a trip with it too. So it took our mind off of the calendar, the stress, the pandemic. It just took our mind off of it. So we tease that they are the fertility donkeys.
I'm so excited about this. I mean, I have had a lot of fertility stories on Twiniversity. Never once. I've had cruises. I've had a lot of tequila stories,
Mm-hmm.
but never fertility donkeys.
Things that make you happy. I'm
I
an
mean,
eagle.
honestly, Erin, this story is making me happy. This is literally, and it's the overused term. This is literally giving me life because I had no idea.
Yeah.
All right, so we have our best friends. We have Tony and Teddy, who are now part of our universe.
Mm-hmm.
You get pregnant spontaneously.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, oh, finally, I have my one little baby. Everything is good. And when do you go to the doctor and find out that not only is it a Teddy, but it's a Tony too in there?
Well, we kind of had an idea early. So we have twins in the family on my side. I believe they only or transfer through mother's side, but my mom has multiple twins on her side. My
Okay.
dad also does. But so I teased my husband. We tried to create some levity and said, maybe when we get pregnant, we'll have 4 or 5 and then we'll be good. So it's been an ongoing joke for over 6 months. And girls at work were joking, yes, you're going to have twins. You're going to have triplets. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Jonathan's father, it was funny. He's been very in tune to this. He swore from day one we were pregnant with twins. I joked that we were pregnant with twins. And I teased him quite a bit about it. When I got sick, when I first started showing signs and symptoms,
Mhm.
we were 3 or 4 weeks. It was very, very early. We had a miscarriage the week before or the month before.
Mm.
I had no sickness, no symptoms, nothing. So for something to show so quick, there was just something in the back of my head wondering, if these hormones are so high, I wonder. So I had a little spidey sense, and then went to the doctor at 6 weeks after we had 2 weeks of positive pregnancy tests.
Oh my gosh. So 6 weeks, do you have an ultrasound or do
Oh,
they just do HCG? Okay, so you have your official ultrasound. Are you by yourself? Because now the pandemic is here, no? So yeah, this is the crappiest part of this is that a lot of times our mamas are going to the doctor solo. Hate that. So you're there and you get this ultrasound and you kind of suspect it is. Do you think that you would have been disappointed if it wasn't two? Like, were you that sure, like in your heart and mind, that it was two?
I don't know that I would be disappointed because I didn't think of it. I was just so excited to be pregnant and for it to stick for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Um, I would have been happy either way.
Oh, how exciting. I'm sorry about your previous miscarriages. That really, really sucks. It's like it's so weird. It's such like a typical thing that happens with twin parents is that, a lot of us have a lot of fertility struggles. So I just want you to know I'm sorry. That's all. I don't think enough people say that to people. So we're here now though, and we have our donkeys. How many weeks are you today?
23.
And so far in the past 23 weeks, how have your symptoms been? Like, did you get to the honeymoon phase where the nausea stopped? Did you have a lot of morning sickness?
I had a ton of morning sickness all day. It didn't.
Right? There is no morning. I don't know why they call it morning sickness. I really don't. Most people are just sickness is really what it is.
Yeah. I morning sickness from the point I woke up all afternoon, all night. I had no appetite. Everybody talks about their first trimester and being excited and eating and happy. I didn't want to eat. I just wanted to sleep. Sleeping was the only thing that didn't make me sick. And lasted for 4.5 months.
Okay.
4.5.
Okay. Ooh, that's a lot. Did you do anything sometimes that you found a little bit of relief? Like if for the newer moms that are watching, are you like, well, ginger candies or like sleep honestly is a good one, but it's not always possible, unfortunately. So did you find anything at all that worked?
Crackers worked for about a week, and then I got sick after eating crackers, so I couldn't do that. Ginger ale worked for about a week, and then that made me sick, so I couldn't do that anymore. Sleep was it. Sleep was it.
Oh my God. So it was
Yeah.
just a cycle of trial and error.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So once that kind of subsided and life, was coming back to normal, how do you feel like you made up for lost time with snacking? Like how's your weight gain been for your pregnancy so far?
I'm at 19 pounds in 23 weeks.
You're there.
What's that?
You're right in kind of like that wonderful zone.
Yep. Um, I'm not really hungry. I have to force myself to eat. It's really weird. I was looking forward to cravings and just really enjoying food. My
Yeah.
husband remind me I have to set a timer. I get sick and I realize I haven't eaten in a couple hours. So I've gotten much better. Just every hour I force myself to eat something.
Well, there's also an element of you got so used to not eating for so many weeks. So you kind of created a weird new habit. And I don't think that you're the first person to do this, but people don't realize that if you do something for 20 something days, it becomes a habit. So if you just get used to not eating and having like obscene food aversions, you don't want to eat. So now your brain is like, nah, I'm good until your blood sugar starts dropping and then you got to eat something. So yeah, you have to eat. Thank goodness for your hubs. I love that. I really, really do. So you haven't had many cravings yet, which they're going to come, by the way. So like once you start turning that snacking switch back on, I can't wait for the pickles and ice cream. As cliche as it is, I never was a pickles and ice cream. I had a really weird obsession with Pop Tarts,
Pop Tarts.
like a very unnatural obsession with strawberry Pop Tarts. And I would eat them by the box, which was, I believe, 8 of them in a package. And so that would be my sitting. And then my store literally ran out of strawberry Pop Tarts. And then I would have to go with the knockoff Pop Tarts, which weren't as good. But there's a weird piece of me that believes I have a ginger child because of my strawberry Pop Tart.
I'm like that. I'm
Red dye number
red
7
dye.
went into baby A, and now she's a full-on ginger. And that makes sense to me. But they hate Pop Tarts, my kids. I really figured, like, I ate so many of them, you guys would think, but they hate Pop
That's
Tarts.
how that it goes. If you have a craving for something and you eat a ton of it, your kids are going to love it or hate it, or you are going to love it or hate it after that. There's no
Pointed. I still honestly love a good Pop Tart. That's like it's such like a weird thing. Like I'm embarrassed to say that I'm an adult. I would like a Pop Tart with some ice cream because really, if I'm going to go into the fat bastard zone, I'm just going to do it. Probably now have to, because I just said that, I have to change the whole rating on this video on YouTube. Oh, okay. So 23 weeks. What have we done so far? What do we have left to do? What is our plan? I need a game plan. I feel very uneasy if we don't have a plan. What have we done so far? How's our nursery coming? What have we done to prepare Tony and Teddy? Like, have we given them, sibling preparation classes? I'm worried about them now.
I know they need to. Well, for Tony and Teddy, that was my first priority too. I'm working on my husband allowing them in the house. It's not going very well. It's not going well. So I'm focusing on the nursery.
Okay. Okay.
My doctor's been fantastic. I changed to a new doctor, and he was pretty clear that by 30 weeks, you want everything in the house done. He said,
Yeah.
you don't have to, but once you hit that point, you're going to be pretty uncomfortable, not real mobile. If you want to help your husband, you want to work on these things, do it before 30 weeks. So we've gotten both of our cribs, which was interesting. Any twin moms or moms that haven't gotten their cribs yet, 2 is a lot harder to find than 1. You think it would be easy, but you find a crib you love, no one has 2. So we had to order them and wait. They got delivered. We have our room done, pretty much done. We just need a couple more things placed and painted and refurbed.
It's so funny about the cribs because I try to warn people. I try to tell people because like there's this one crib, like there's my dream. I have a dream crib. And every time I tell people about like, hey, this is crib. So it's a fairly inexpensive crib. It's just the color that I love. I don't think normal people would like it. But, you know, I'm typically not normal. And neither are you, clearly, Miss Donkey Mom. So there's this one crib and it says beautiful like emerald green.
Ooh.
And you could never find two.
Yeah.
Even on like Amazon, you can't find them. So people think like, oh, this is the crib I want. Even if you want to go to like Pottery Barn, you could go wherever you want. They don't always have two. And even if they have two, it doesn't mean they're from the same lot number. So sometimes you get two of the same cribs, but like the grain is totally different. And if you don't care, it's fine. But if you're somebody that's like OCD, everything has to match, this will drive you cray cray through until the cribs are gone.
It's funny you say that because the color that we picked out when we got it, it was the same company, but it was completely different. It wasn't at all what we saw in the store. And we checked everything. It was marked as this particular color and it doesn't match. And we just say, you know.
What did you get?
We got, oh my goodness, baby apple seed cribs.
Okay.
They are a 4-in-1, so they'll convert from infant to baby to toddler.
To Corvette.
Into a bed.
Lawnmower. Yes, they do. It's wonderful.
We figured do a higher quality real wood. So for a while, I found real cute, cheap boho ones that were maybe $100 a piece, and my husband poo-pooed that immediately. He said no.
Well, he has donkey taste, so it's not. You know, he wasn't buying you flowers, so you have to realize a certain bar that has to be. Well, I'm going to look at baby Appleseed. I'm excited about that. Did you get dressers and changing tables from them too, or you got them from different companies? How did the nursery furniture match up?
So we're trying to balance it because two is a little more expensive than one. Obviously, we splurged on the cribs, but we are getting everything else off of Facebook. So we found an old antique dresser that we're sanding down and we're going to chalk paint it. We actually had a friend donate a glider that they came into and didn't need. So we're really lucky with that. We've had a lot of people giving us stuff. I'm very lucky. We're going to use a large dresser as the changing table. So we're going to put the changing pads on top and store underneath.
Okay. You only need one changing pad in case you were going to get two. I don't know. Don't get two. Just get one. You're not changing two babies at once. It's really a very rare situation. Use the other half of the dresser for like a big storage basket with your diapers and wipes and creams and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's fine. And then also, especially if it's an older dresser, you're still in good shape, but make sure that you anchor the changing pad. It'll have like a little strap that has to be screwed into the back of the dresser. You really need to screw that into the back of the dresser.
Okay.
And then no matter what, you still buy the anchors for the dresser and you anchor them to the wall. Okay. So people tend to baby proof a little too late, in my opinion. And we've not had some not great stories at Twiniversity because you don't have one baby running loose in their room when they're mobile. You have two babies that are acting in tandem trying to climb up that, you know, bookshelf or whatever. So you have to really, really, really make sure that every single thing is anchored. And if you're getting anything, like if there's any hand-me-downs that are pressed wood, you need a different type of anchor for them.
Okay.
It could splinter and just fall apart. So yeah, I love that you're getting hand-me-down stuff because truthfully, it's probably better made. The furniture that's made today is not as great. I love me a dresser. I just redid this dresser that's in here. But for $10, $30 in spray paint, new handles, nobody can beat me. So I do. I'm a weird. I live in Manhattan, but since I'm out here in New Jersey, thanks to the pandemic, I'm now refinishing furniture. It's a little side hobby besides singing that you learned about earlier today. So it's always great. Okay, so now we got the changing table, we got a dresser, we got a glider, we got our two cribs. Are you going to have a theme for our nursery? Are we doing like early donkey? Are we really?
I got baby pictures of the donkeys from when we got them. I printed them, big prints, and
I
it,
can't handle this.
it gets better. So
Do you have their hoof prints? I'd lose my mind.
that's a good idea. No,
Thank
but
you.
now I will. Thank you. Uh, Tony is very much my husband's donkey. That's his buddy. They love one another, and Teddy is very much my donkey. So we decided to put Teddy Bear over the boys' crib because Freud was right sometimes about boys and mamas, and Tony is going above the girls' crib. So that will be
Oh
our.
my gosh. Have you thought about names yet for these kiddos?
We're having a really hard time with names, and it's not that we're not taking it seriously. Nothing's really sparked. So we love Malia for the girl.
Okay.
It was Ava, but now we like Malia.
Okay.
I love Ari for the boy.
Okay.
My husband's not in love with it.
Okay.
So we just try to look up names once a week or so and talk about it, and we may just have to wait till
You
they're
mean
in.
make your list, and then meet them and decide. On two of our best read articles on Twiniversity are boy names and girl names. It's like homework for you because
Right.
and all it is, by the way, like Erin, all we did was just ask people what they named their children. And then we made this giant like list of what people named their twins. So
Okay.
go to the girl list and go to the boy list and then pick names. I don't hate Ari, but it reminds me of Ari Gold from Entourage. That's where I immediately go to. And he wasn't the worst. He was a good-ish family man, I suppose. So yeah, I don't know why that's that, but I love Malia. So pretty. I like these names that you chose in general. And then also you have to yell them. So you have to be like, Ari! And like, how does that sound? Does
Yep.
that sound good? Am I going to get tired? Does it hurt my throat? So you have to yell a lot.
Yep.
And for those of you that are watching right now that are like, oh, we're gentle parenting, I'm very happy for you. I'm very happy for the gentle parenting. I don't know if it's just my Italian blood that I am a gentle parent, but I do like to yell quite often. When the babies were little, I bought a CD called, and remember there was these things called CDs? I bought this CD called Screen-Free Parenting. I poop you not. So I bought this. The babies were maybe 2. And so I would listen to this in like my Sony Walkman, right? Because it was 700 years ago. And I remember listening to it and listening to it. And then I'll jump right to the end of the story of picture this. I then take my Sony Walkman, put it on the floor, and then I stomp it into a million pieces.
But you didn't scream.
I didn't scream. I did go into a total rage because I'm like, this is BS. This is impossible to do. I have attempted to do this for weeks and I do not feel better. The kids do not feel better. But I will tell you, as a parent who is, I'm not a screamer, I'm a yeller. Maybe I've only screamed 3 times in 15 years, but my kids aren't yellers. So it didn't like really screw them up that much. So that's the pro yelling. If you like, that's the other side of this. So our nursery is done. We're still iffy on the names. How are our doctor's appointments going? Any weird things that they're showing? Do you have some swelling or your hips hurting? How do you physically feel?
Doctor's appointments are going very well. I have placenta previa with a little guy.
Okay.
But it's so early, there's no concern.
Okay.
And everything else is good. My blood pressure's low, sugar's good. I feel pretty good. It's hot in the South, so if I'm out and active, I either have a desk job or a very physical job. There's nothing in between. When I'm really active, I swell up and start to get a little more sore. But if I go for a little walk or a swim, I feel better.
Good.
Doctor's appointments, we actually had to change doctors at 20 weeks.
Yeah, I want to ask about this because I actually have it in my notes, but then I get distracted by 800 other things. Why did you change doctors? What was your motivator to do that? Because a lot of people don't. A a lot of people don't like their doctors and just like, this is what it is, and I'll just take it. So if you switch to 20 weeks, that's like a big move. Could we talk about that for a second?
Absolutely. So I had been with my doctor since I moved to South Carolina. It was about 6 years ago. Um, had no issues, great doctor. But as soon as I became pregnant, I had a lot of not age shaming, but it was, I got a lot. I'm 38 going on 39. And um, comments were made, statements were made. I let it be. I know 38 is older. Geriatric pregnancy. I loved hearing that going in. That didn't bother me so much because it's just how some people are.
Yeah.
My first ultrasound was fantastic. The tech cried with me and laughed with me, and she was phenomenal. And I had her the second time. My third ultrasound and my fourth ultrasound were no more than 2 minutes apiece for both.
But obviously, it wasn't the same person.
No, they changed. Um, 2 minutes. I barely got to listen to a heartbeat. And when I asked to hear again, this is my first pregnancy. These are my first ultrasounds. It was really exciting for me. And after the second one, I came back and talked to a couple girlfriends, and I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if 2 minutes was typical or good or what. They were really appalled and really upset. And then I started thinking about it more and called the doctor and said, "Hey, I just hear some concerns."
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't listening to them. So I don't think I would have been such a self advocate if it weren't for my friends. I mean, the women were super, super supportive, and this is what you should expect. You should walk out of there happy every time,
Yeah.
not curious and disappointed.
Oh,
Um, where the doctor was very kind and helpful, any twin questions I had were answered with maybe, possibly, no definitive answers.
okay.
Do I need more prenatals? I've read I do, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah.
If you want to. I, I
Okay.
yeah. For me, I just wanted more definitive. I wanted more concrete. And
Well, excitement.
yeah,
Yes.
yes. So kind of a bummer going to the
Yeah.
doctor. Found a new doctor who
Was it
is
an older doctor?
no,
Was it a man?
no, it's a
Oh,
female.
I'm even more upset about this.
Yep.
That woman needs to change paths,
Mm-hmm.
go into something else.
Yeah.
ENT. I don't know what she could do, just regular gynecology. Oh, that's disappointing. So how did you court your new doctor?
One of my girlfriends is actually pregnant with me. She's
Oh,
a couple weeks behind. It's my husband's best friend's wife. We got pregnant about the same time. So, of course, we immediately started talking baby every second of the day. Um, my husband and her well, my husband was 911 EMS, and she is. So I really trust the doctors that they go to and who they work with. And she suggested this doctor. I did the research. He used to teach, his reviews were through the roof. Um, Meeting him, working with him, he's amazing.
oh,
So
that's so good.
I owe her the
Oh,
world.
that's so brave of you. It really is, honestly. People are so hesitant. And I try to say, there's a doctor that I work with in New York City that'll take a new patient up to 33 weeks. So like I know where all my doctors are that will take kind of late stage pregnancy because I don't think anybody should ever be anything but totally satisfied. You know, Erin, the funny thing is that people forget that hospitals and doctors are still part of a service industry.
Mm-hmm.
So although they do have a specialty, they still are providing a service to you, and we have a choice.
Yep.
Now, of course, if you are part of a health insurance plan that only works with two doctors, you're limited, but you still have another doctor if you didn't like that one.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited that you did. Now, is it living up to the expectations?
I learned more in one appointment with him than the other 10 appointments I had at the other office.
No. Do
Yeah.
you remember kind of when you had that first appointment, what the big groundbreaking things were that you wish you would have known sooner?
The prenatals for sure. Some exercise things. I was an endurance runner, and I couldn't get an answer of should I run, shouldn't I run. what's the difference with twins. So sports wise, what I could and couldn't do, things I should and shouldn't eat. I was shamed for eating certain things that this current doctor says you're fine, you
Yeah.
know. Um, so everything I was taking in, how I was behaving, from sleep to everything.
Yeah.
I'm more in one appointment with him than months with my other doctors.
Oh, I'm so happy for you about that. That makes me feel so relieved. So now, are you allowed to have a guest with you for your appointments, or you still have to go solo?
With this hospital, I can't have
Mhm.
it with me.
Did you have to change hospitals because you changed doctors?
Yes,
Oh, that's kind of sweet. Did you like the other hospital better, or you're like, I really don't care?
really didn't care.
Okay, good.
Really,
So distance wise to your hospital, it's the same distance,
yes,
about. Okay.
yep.
All right. Very, very good. All right. So what's on your agenda this week? Like, what do you want to get done? What do you have coming up that you're like, okay, these are the next things that I have to do?
I want the nursery done.
Okay.
I really, really like the nursery finished. I have saved some of my classes, my Twiniversity classes for
Okay.
breastfeeding. There were a couple that I had picked out, but I wanted to do those later. Once
Okay.
everything was done, I want to kind of do those education classes a little bit later. But this week, I really want the nursery done.
Okay. Join me for a live class next month.
Okay.
Okay. I would love that. You could take all of them online, but if you can, I always say it's the equivalent of listening to a band on the radio versus being there live.
Ooh.
It's just different. It's
Okay.
the same song.
Yep.
It's the same song, but it's just totally different. And I would love if you, I mean, it gets a little bit crowded, but just email Julie and then just tell her and we'll make sure that it happens. But
Okay.
I love teaching live because also there's like that interaction end of it. So watch all the tape stuff, watch especially the breastfeeding stuff, because then when you hear about it in class, you'll already know a little bit of what I was talking about. So when
Okay.
we talk about like hand expression, you'll be like, oh, I kind of remember this. So yeah, I would love that. So good. So you have that coming up, your nursery being finished, your hospital bag starting to get packed, I hope.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. All right, good. And then your husband has to pack his own bag, please. And also no only button down shirts so he could have skin to skin contact.
Yes.
Okay, good. So you're going to be a good student and get all these things
Yep.
in that bag.
I told him about the skin to skin, and there might be a, with two, I don't know if I'll have the room or be able to do skin to skin, and that's important to me. So he's got it geared up and ready to roll if both are on him.
I
So
don't know if you've gotten to this part of class, but there's the wrap from Saplicor that you could wear in the hospital. It's actually the only FDA approved baby carrier, but it's made for that very, very close contact with little teeny tiny babies. So yeah, so go if you go to the multiple birth discounts page, you'll see that there's a link on there. So I would go to the multiple births discount page when you're going to look for the other baby names, and I would see if there's anything on there that you were thinking about buying that we may already have a discount to.
great.
So just go use those discounts. Ah, I'm so excited. Okay, we're gonna put this on pause because you have work to do and you have donkeys to love, and I can't handle this. And remember, like I don't. You probably know I'm a native New Yorker. I live in Lower Manhattan. The concept of even like a dog is a little much.
Hmm.
So we have a big dog. She's not donkey sized, but she is 109 pounds. We don't know why. She steals. She's a counter surfer. She robs everything. She just ate 2 dozen chicken wings with the bones the other day. No, I did not call the vet. She's done this before. I'm not scared. But a donkey, I had no idea. They're so sweet. I please just have a TikTok account so I could watch. That's the only reason. Well, and also I am here for you. And for those of you that are watching, know that we are here for you too. You could email us at any time you like with any questions at community@twiniversity.com. And Erin, is there anything on your mind today that I could put at ease for you? I feel like I just kept asking questions and I didn't even give you a chance.
No, no, you gave me a lot. I've really loved the Twiniversity page because it's not always easy to find twin info, and the page is a great, great resource. I hadn't found the names. I hadn't found the skin to skin wrap. So I thought I was doing pretty good digging through there, but yeah, you gave me some good homework. It's a great resource. So
I tell my girl, like the girls on the team, I always say that our website is like a very packed refrigerator.
mhm.
And so, there's all good stuff in there, but
Yep.
you can't always see it because it's hiding behind the big jar of olives that you bought at Costco. So there may be something good back there. And so we're trying to figure out a way to make it easier for people to see stuff, but it's just difficult.
No,
So
it's
yeah,
great. It is a great site. It is a great resource. I'm just trying to do little bites, little bits at a time,
way to do it.
because I'm not going to absorb it all at once. And
You
it's
don't need to.
I'm so, so thankful for your site and help and
Aw.
more homework.
Good. Yes, you have homework. We just want some names. Just have like 20 each. That's
Okay.
it. We'll narrow it down to 10 weeks before, but just go for it and make sure that everybody loves it. Run it by the donkeys, run it by your husband, yell it outside loud, loud, loud. And if there's
Yep.
going to be a middle name, yell that too. Put their names together. So when you're introducing yourself as your family, you just go like I'm Nat, this is John, that's Anna, and that's Johnny, that's my family. Just boom 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 boom. Write them down, see how they look on paper. That's another thing that people forget. So write it with your family as if you're like writing your Christmas card, because you don't want to write the twins because they'll hate you for that later on down the line. So yeah, the names are a fun one. And by the way, I did not name my children what I thought they would be named. So even if you have plans, that doesn't mean crapola, because once you meet them, you're like, you know what? This was my name, but this is this person. So that's why you need a big list. Okay. I'm so happy that you did this. Thank you so, so much. Like, sincerely, thank you so, so much for playing with me today and for dealing with all of our technical difficulties. But you did get your own private concert that nobody else got.
See?
Singing Two Chains. Like, it's not even appropriate songs that I was singing, which is why we weren't live yet. And we will see you in about a month if you're cool with that. Yay! Okay. You need me for anything from now till then, you let me know, and say bye to our family that's watching.
Thank you guys for letting me be a part of this. Have a great afternoon. It was great.
Oh, it is so great. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope that you get a lot out of the little insights into seeing what people are going through right now, especially with COVID. I think that people think it's a lot of misery, but it's not. This is still a joyous occasion, and we can still find joy in things. So it's good. We're going to be okay, guys. So until next time, guys, I will see you later, alligators. Thanks for watching.